Greetings, and welcome to another video. This is a date note card video. It's been a while since we had one of these, and during that time, things in the world of Second Life and behind the closed curtains of Linden Labs, things have been rather ebbing and flowing and ebbing, breaking, and being complained about. So, to give us a rest from all that daily Second Life living noise, we're going to have some fun. So I've got a date note card here, and I do the normal stuff. I copy and paste into a new note card, removing all the personal identifiers. This note card, it's going to be different from the format of a questionnaire that we're used to. Here we have it. That's right. We are looking at a dating note card manifesto. Going to get right into it. There's an important disclaimer at the top. You know it's going to be a good one when you get a disclaimer at the top. Important. I have a partner in RL, and I'm looking for a serious long-term female deep into BDSM lifestyle, companionship/relationship online, including outside Second Life online. We are both fine with it, and I have much to give. I would love to explain more about it. He does what he promises. Welcome in. Open the door. Don't worry about the floor. I'll clean it later. Now, I know I'm not your typical avatar. I do have different form like anthropomorphic, half human, half animal, feral, etc. And I do not hope or want to force anyone to change. I want you to be as much yourself as I would like you to give me a chance to get to know the real me. I am someone who was raised with a gentleman wolf in mind, so it's important for me to treat you with politeness and respect. I believe it is also very important to be honest and communicate that we can both together go howl into the night under the moon as friends, or maybe more. Again, I am into women, cis female only, but because I have a big heart and demisexual, there is a chance you could make me want to spend time with you and grow some type of relationship with you if you give me the right vibe. I won't lie, of course, my perfect search would be a serious long term female into BDSM lifestyle who is looking for a possible daily companion dominant male. Really, I would love to let the inner darker wolf in me with a consent companion out, but mostly what I wish really is to have someone to be around, spend time with me, and that we can share our hobby, talk, enjoy Second Life. I am seriously into online co op gaming and perhaps movies. I do love a good voice chat, and if you like accents, well, I got a surprise for you. Shall we get to know each other? At first, I do appreciate if you allow me to voice, but you can keep on typing until you are comfortable. It's all good with me. Smile. P.S. Please, if you are desperate, then just pick me because you have no other choice, or deep down you know it's not clicking with you. Let's not waste each other's time. I'm not looking to change submissive every week or month. I want something long term and someone that is open to do many different things in and outside a Second Life online. Also, talk to me. Even if there is something you are not into or you want to try do something, let's just talk. I'm sure we can make it work if we both try. Smile. Let's just process all that for a minute. First of all, it's not the questionnaire format. I'm not really sure what the person was trying to achieve in going this route. Perhaps to feel that they would be more unique, more memorable. What I find memorable is this. Again, I'm into women, cis female only. Okay, now if you've been on this channel for any amount of time, which a lot of you have, and I do appreciate that, you know that I am a traditional conservative female, right? Seeing this, I find insulting and stupid. And it would be a person that I don't really want to talk to, nor with, or even give them the benefit of the doubt. A cis female, I'm a female because there are females and then there are males. You don't need a cism, nope, because that's all we got. You know how I know that? Science. Science. So if you're a dude and if you are, on the liberal scale or close to it, or you're very PC, you don't want to offend anybody, but you want to put yourself out there, do not use this. Do not say cis female. Don't. Don't. Another thing that I would consider a red flag, I won't lie, of course. I won't lie, of course. It's the of course. Of course I won't lie. Bullshit. Really? Really? Why are you using of course? Just say I won't lie. That's all you need to say. I won't lie. My perfect search would be a serious long term female, dot, dot, dot. But when you add, of course, I won't lie. Of course, my perfect search would be a serious long term female, dot, dot, dot. That, of course, indicates a priority. So, of course, like my priority would be a perfect match with a female that wants to be in a serious long term lifestyle relationship. So, you've got the priority there. However, if you meet if you meet like a different criterion, then that puts you in a lesser priority category, which makes this person actually come across as they'll probably pretty much accept anything that comes their way. And what backs that up? Also, talk to me. Even if there is something you are not into or you want to try to do something, let's just talk. I'm sure we could make it work. That's pretty much just throwing that fishing line out and just going to reel in whatever catches on the line. That's what it comes across to me. I mean, that's just my opinion. Also, another thing, it's not a red flag, but it's one of those, why say it that way? I am seriously into online co op gaming and perhaps movies. This person is unsure if they are into or like movies. Why is that question mark there? Why? I mean, seriously. And who doesn't like movies? Now, obviously, we all have our different tastes and what types, what genres of movies we enjoy over others. But why put a question mark after perhaps movies? Like, how can you be unsure if you like movies? How does that work? I mean, that's akin to me saying, I'm seriously into making sure that I always have my bathroom stocked with toilet paper. Perhaps for a poop. Now, stick with me now. We all poop. We're all humans and we all poop. For the majority of the population of the world, we use toilet paper for the poop. Now, in some countries, they don't use the toilet paper. They'll use other things that might seem rather, not very modern to us, right? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But do you see what I'm saying? Everybody watches movies. Everybody has a different type of movie they like, right? Or they don't like. There is no human, probably on the majority of this planet, that has not seen any type of movie whatsoever, because there's all sorts of different types of movies. So to question perhaps movies, now I see what they're trying to do here. I am seriously into online co op gaming, right? They're trying to add the perhaps movies with the co op. But you saw how easily it was for me just to pick apart this, because the co op gaming I mean, because that's the thing on its own right. I mean, it's the actual named, well known activity, co op gaming. Whereas movies, I'm not sure how that could be co opt movies because you watch movies, you play games. Playing is an activity. You're moving your hands and using your mind and your motor skills and all of that, right? And you're doing all those activities with someone. So, yes, that's co oping, right? You're cooperating. But when it comes to movies, well, you just sit there and you're just watching it with someone. Like, what are you co oping about? What what is there to cooperate? No, nothing. You're just sitting there with somebody watching a movie. Uh-uh. No. You in the bag? No. Not talking about Netflix and chill. No, an entirely different thing, and we're not going to be talking about that in this video. It's an annoyance. It just, I'm sorry, but no, you can't co-op movies. They do love a good voice chat. And, if you like accents, well, they have a surprise for you. Okay, what kind of accent? Because some people like a certain type of accent. Here, I would have preferred it if the dude just came out and said what type of accent he has. Because some people have a preference as to a certain type of accent, and some people absolutely can't stand a different type of accent. Take mine, for example. Over the years, I've had lots of people tell me that they couldn't stand my accent. It's like, okay, well, you're rude. So it is a thing. And think about it. It's like, oh, well, I got to see what the surprise is. What does a surprise sound like? So you get involved into a voice chat with this dude, and he turns out to be making vocal sounds and speaking in such a way that is horrible. What are you going to do? You didn't have a heads up. What are you going to do? That's a situation. This is the type of situation to where you need to plan an escape route. Otherwise, you're going to be in that voice chat awkward and trapped. And you're going to be thinking, I wish he would have just said what kind of accent he had in that note card. And also, shall we get to know each other? Smiley face. This is not needed. At first, I do appreciate if you allow me to voice, but you can keep on typing. So he should have just put these two together, did not need to put, shall we get to know each other? Did not need to put that. And this PS, this postscript, please, please, please. Okay, as a traditional conservative female, it's off putting when I see or read a man beg, please, please, please. That does not inspire any confidence for me to put into that man. This is off putting. It is not attractive. Just don't do it. And then he goes on to say, if you are desperate, please, please, please. What does that sound like to you? Desperate. But then he goes on to say, if you are desperate, and just pick me because you have no other choice. This here is a problem in SL when you have someone just pick any person because they're that desperate or they don't know how to find something different in order to consider having a choice. Some people just stick to the same type of person, and once they even get a hint of the type of person that they're used to, they get desperate because that's all they know, and they're not secure within themselves to be able to expand their horizons and get to know a different type of person. And also, what I found kind of odd too was this: I want something long term and someone that is open to do many, many different things in and outside Second Life online. And then up here, including outside Second Life online. Think about it. We all know that Second Life is online. You don't need to say online. after saying Second Life. Because if it's Second Life online, then that means that there's possible also a Second Life not online. This is what happens when you don't just follow the questionnaire. This is what happens. You get this mini manifesto. Another thing I'm going to point out here. I wish really is to have someone to be around, spend time with me, and that we can share our hobby, talk, enjoy a second life. He didn't use the word online there, so it is possible. He can do it. He can do it. He just chose to use Second Life online those two other times. But anyway, I digress. I wish really is to have someone to be around. I don't think they're a native English speaker. Is to have someone to be around, spend time with me, and that we can share our hobby, talk, enjoy Second Life. So the majority of people in Second Life want this. They just want to be happy in Second Life. They just want to have good conversations in Second Life. They want to be able to share interest and be able to co op their hobbies. They just don't want to be lonely. There's a difference between lonely and alone, right? The majority of note cards that we read on this channel, there's always an aspect or some chunk of this in all the note cards that we go over. For the most part, people do know what they would like to have, but they necessarily don't know how to attain it and maintain it. We all fail in that in some regard. Now, there is a positive here. The positive is the disclaimer. He lets you know that he has a partner in the physical world. So that's honest. Okay, thanks. But then, as he goes on to say, I am looking for a serious, long term female, deep into BDSM lifestyle, companionship, relationship online, including outside Second Life online. We are both fine with it, and I have much to give. I would love to explain more about it. This right here, when you read something like this, what you do is you just go down here to the delete button and you press it. And then you carry on living your second life. That's what you do. So I hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.